This is your guide to the Xenomorph Queen. Initiating sequence. Etymology and common names.
As the largest, strongest, and most intelligent caste of Xenomorph XX121 species, the Queen's name is derived from the fact that she is the matriarch and ruler of the hive.
Taxonomy and classification.
The Queen is distinguishable from other Xenomorph castes through her enormous size, egg sac, additional pair of arms, and head crest.
External morphology.
The Queen's physical appearance has the most disparity in relation to other Xenomorph castes. Despite sharing the same blue-black coloration as the warrior, they typically stand more than twice their height and can grow even larger with age. Relative to her size are her larger jaws and razor-sharp transparent teeth. In addition to this, her inner maw is almost of equal size to a drone caste's head. Their enormous armoured carapaces allow them to withdraw their face and mouth for defensive purposes. Furthermore, they also possess another carapace-like protective shell on their chest and have 2 pairs of spiked dorsal tubes on their backs. Other defining physical traits include 6-digit hands, elongated third fingers, double-jointed hind legs, and a relatively diminutive pair of extra arms extending from their chest. Much like a warrior's, a queen's tail is extremely long and segmented, tapering to a large barbed tip. A queen's most defining physical feature, however, may be its egg sac, which extends from beneath their tail and can be up to 30 to 40 feet in length.
Physical variation.
Whilst queens look virtually indistinguishable from each other, there are some subtle differences amongst individuals. These variations may occur in colour and head crest shape. For instance, some older individuals can appear to have a greyer exoskeleton. A more common and diverse form of variation occurs on the Queen's head crest, which can include fanned or pronged shapes with additional protrusions such as horns, ridges, or barbs, giving it a crown-like appearance.
Behaviour and ecology.
A queen will sit upon her biomechanical throne within the hive to perform her primary role of egg-laying. Other tasks undertaken by the queen include overseeing the maintenance and construction of the nest. When laying eggs, a queen possesses a vast egg sac that renders it immobile and dependent on her subordinates for assistance and protection. These heavy egg sacs are suspended from the hive ceiling by straps created from the xenomorph's mucus-like secretions. Although painful, the queen can detach herself from the egg sac when necessary. However, it cannot be reattached afterwards, and the queen must grow a new egg sac in time. Should a queen cease from laying eggs for a prolonged period, she will produce malformed and infertile eggs. However, normal fertile eggs will be produced if the queen resumes her egg-laying responsibilities. Despite their normally static egg-laying role, queens are capable of extreme violence when they deem necessary. Their dense muscle fibers allows them to perform impressive feats of strength, such as tearing synthetics apart with their bare hands and sprinting great distances at high speeds. In addition to this, queens can spit acid, use their barbed tail, sharp talons and razor-sharp teeth to decimate their victims. As well as their advanced offensive abilities, queens are also highly resilient and durable creatures, capable of withstanding high-intensity heat and significant volumes of gunfire. This can be attributed to their thickened skin and armoured carapaces. Queens also have a remarkably long lifespan, with some matriarchs living for tens of thousands of years. Queens can even suspend their metabolism by hibernating in cold conditions, which further prolongs their longevity. In stark contrast to their ferocious nature, queens seem to be very caring mothers and are highly protective of their offspring and unborn eggs. For instance, queens will refrain from violence in order to protect their eggs. However, the destruction of her nest will result in the perpetrator incurring the full extent of her wrath.
Intelligence.
Queens are the most intelligent of xenomorph castes and often display emotions beyond instinctual behaviour, such as vengeance. They have also been known to interpret human actions to a degree and issue commands to subordinate xenomorph castes. Queens are able to communicate with their brood across large distances through screeches, pheromone release, and telepathy. Finally, queens have exhibited problem-solving capabilities such as switching on basic man-made machinery.
Reproduction and evolution.
Although xenomorphs are said to be asexual, queens are typically classified as female due to their egg-laying capabilities. Most commonly, there is only a single queen present in any xenomorph hive. Conversely, there have been occasions where multiple queens have come into contact with each other. Such occurrences will result in conflict where a dominant queen, often referred to as an empress, rules over all. There are a number of possible theories that explain how a queen comes to existence. One hypothesis compares their creation to that of honeybees, where royal jelly during the egg stage leads to the creation of a queen. This suggests that the queen caste is developed during the embryonic stage. Furthermore, royal facehuggers are able to implant a special queen embryo into a host, as well as a regular additional embryo into a second host, to ensure that the newborn queen will have a drone to offer it protection in its infancy. Another plausible theory suggests lower caste evolution, where a drone evolves into a warrior, who in turn morphs into a praetorian, which subsequently develops into a queen. It has also been theorized that an existing queen can receive instinctual cues, where it will produce special breeding eggs, which contain special facehuggers that hold queen larvae. Lesser xenomorph castes will immediately remove these eggs from the chamber, as the queen would see them as a future threat to her throne. These special eggs are provided with the best hosts by drones, and once hatched, commence battling each other to the death. The remaining survivor ultimately continues to form her own hive with a contingent of defecting drones. Unlike other xenomorph castes, the queen may or may not inherit traits of the host organism from which it spawns.
This was your guide to the Xenomorph Queen. End sequence.